That's mad, we can see ourselves.
Aye, that's
I've
a...
never done that. I've never seen that. Is there a delay there? Hello and welcome back to NHS for a Podcast episode 9. We are here at the Hub Music Studio and we have the main man back. Jordan, how you been, mate?
I'm good, mate. How are you, alright?
I've been good. What you been up to? Obviously, you've not been back on in about 3 years. Obviously a lot's went on. I mean, I'm talking to you like you're a guest here, but a lot has actually went on in your life compared to mine, so fill the people in.
Changed jobs, became a dad 6 months ago.
Good, mate.
Wee boy Keane, so he's brilliant. He's really good. What an experience that was with the labour.
You breastfeeding yet?
No, he's onto the solids now, the porridge, so give my body a bit of a rest. But no, it's brilliant, as I say. Like, you talk about going into labour and all that. Like, if it was mad. Like, Caitlin, my girlfriend, her pregnancy was like brilliant up until maybe like 2-3 weeks before he was born. Then he was born 4 weeks early, so everything went well. And then Caitlin had a baby shower, and kind of that week she got took into hospital. Wasn't really feeling great with her. There's a thing called preeclampsia. For anybody that doesn't know what that means, it basically means that the blood flow's stopping through the placenta, and it's not really going to the baby as much, so it kind of slows it down. So she was in the hospital, and then she ended up back out, had her baby shower. She went up the next day, and we were up, and they basically turned around like, you know, leave the hospital without a baby.
I remember
basically.
actually you were up there.
Aye, so
up there for ages.
I was up there for about a week before. So when was that? That must have been. So Cian was born on the Thursday morning at 2:31. So we were in. That must have been the Sunday. Aye, so for the Sunday, the Sunday. Because the baby shower was a Saturday, so the Sunday. We were up there, and it was just up there every day. I was allowed in for 10 in the morning to 6 at night. So we were there, and it was good. But I think she was ready to leather me at some points, because you end up a wee bit no bored and stuff, but you ended up just kind of.
You're probably asking her like our all-time greatest football in 11 and all that.
That's the thing, Caitlin loves football, so she you know what I mean, it's brilliant. It's a Celtic fan, to be fair, so...
Nothing wrong with that. I know people probably, should we address the photo behind us? People probably...
I know, we're in your garden shed, aren't we? So we're in your man cave. So I'll say, the boys love the Rangers down here, so if only the camera could turn round and see all the other stuff, it looks class. So
the name, Cian, whose idea was that?
Well, do you want my version? Caitlin says it's no. So my version was...
Version?
So obviously, when we found out Caitlin was pregnant, the first thing you do, what about names, you end up talking and stuff. So we were having conversations all the time about what do you call them. Well, we didn't know it was a boy at this point. So we'd maybe a list of names for boys and girls, and then we'd found out the gender turned out to be a wee boy. Like, right, brilliant. So I'm just naming names like Gary,
Alfredo.
John, Alfredo, James Tavernier, you know what I mean? So, but see, I think that's funny, right? But that actually ended up happening. So, Watford and Martin Football Club, so I ended up just kind of thinking going through the squads, and I was going back years, right? So I went, so I ended up just naming back players from maybe, I don't know, 3 years ago, the promotion sheet, like Sean Crichton, Mark Dutton, just kept on going through. And nah, just all the names. And I just kind of got to Finlay, as in Finlay Gray, Cian Newbury. I said, I quite like Finlay. I said, I quite like Cian. And I was like that, so one story went to another, and then we were kind of set on Cian. Yeah. And then when he was born, obviously we ended up naming him Cian, but he was named off after Cian Newbury, who got promoted with Dumbarton, and he was on loan for Hamilton at that point, still playing for Hamilton. I think he had a bit of a bad injury and stuff, but so that's my version. Caitlin says it's no. Caitlin says that we just come up with the name and she liked it and stuff, but no, that is the definite.
Caitlin's version would be a pure beautiful story, and yours is just football, that's the name.
Named after Cian Newbury.
See, obviously you mentioned there, because I think me and you kind of spoke about it a wee bit briefly, but it's not really been touched on since the wee man's been born. You're Rangers, Caitlin's Celtic, but I think her dad's Rangers.
Aye, her dad's a Rangers fan. Her brother's a Rangers fan.
What is Cian going to be? Don't say Dumbarton, I'm not allowed
no,
to say Dumbarton.
Well, he was a mascot. He was a mascot a few weeks ago. 2 months ago maybe now, he was a mascot.
Really? But do you really think you will?
I think you will. Got to get my season ticket in the summer and stuff.
Really?
Aye, so...
What's the price for a season? Or
do you get it
free?
No, under 16's £30.
That's a bit of promotion for Dumbarton there.
It is, and also, I know what I say the gig here, but if you're turning 7, you can get a Gen 7 card and it's a free season ticket for a year.
See, has Dumbarton ever done the thing, see, like you mentioned him being the mascot there, see, like, when you see the things it's like a stag do, and like an older guy comes out, have they ever done that?
It's happened a couple of times. It happened maybe a couple of weeks ago. There was a boy in the hospitality, and he came running out with
Did
the
he?
captain, Mark Durnan, aye, so no, it was good also to see stuff like that. I think he had a wee bit of an illness as well, so
Aye.
it's good to him going, he's been cartwheels coming off and stuff, and you know, everybody's cheering and that, so it's good to...
Probably more enjoyable in the game.
No, not at all, turned a corner now, doing
Um,
well. But I know, so it's good to see stuff like that. It was good with Keane, like he walked out with Kai Kirkpatrick, and so it was good to go with him and stuff. And
It's good this because people like, I'm not saying that we go worldwide here, but people probably will who watch this. I think a very few would be Dumbarton fans, and like you're rhyming off all these Dumbarton players' names, and people will be sitting there going, "Who the hell is that?" But like, cause I was in at Dumbarton a wee bit, I know them as well. But what is it like? Obviously, you did say you worked at Dumbarton. You can go into that more as well. What is it like working for obviously a football club that was in a bad place, looked to be in a much better place and going up the way, hopefully. Definitely staying up the way the kind of fixtures have turned, but what is it like working for a football club? Not many people know
no,
what that's like.
that's the thing. Like, as you say, your life just takes one extreme to another. I was tiring like a couple of years ago, and then before you know it, you're working for a football club and whatever. So I love it. I genuinely love it. The people I work with are all brilliant, genuinely, like, really good.
Can I just ask you a quick question?
Go for it.
Right. Scottish Cup final, I mean obviously this is hypothetical because they get knocked out. Rangers and Dumbarton on the Scottish Cup final next year. Who do you want to win?
Dumbarton.
Really?
Aye.
How much are they paying you, man?
No, what a team. No, like, obviously, it's hard. Like, I was always kind of brought up, and you kind of go, like, the two teams are on your doorstep, Rangers and Celtic, and I think it's the same for a lot of people. And see, to be honest, I kind of get sick of just watching Rangers like a few years ago, and I'd go to a couple of Dumbarton games, and I quite like this, and you know, it just kind of, before you know it, you get involved in the club, and no, but as I say, I'm there every week, so you support them every week, and you want them to do well, and as I say, they're doing well now, and we had a wee bit of a sticky patch kind of throughout the last kind of couple of months, but Christmas time and stuff, but I think now we're sitting 8 unbeaten, no conceded many goals, I think 5 goals conceded. So
I'm laughing there because you said we're.
Well, to go,
Like
that
that, like you talk, like, because I mean obviously I'd done the PA for a bit.
It's hard, isn't it?
So
It's
that
hard.
rain put me off there, so that was mental, the rain. But the PA is hard, obviously, especially where, you know, for example, obviously going to a Celtic game, if somebody does the PA, you've probably got 4 guys around you who'll go, that's who scored the goal, and you've probably got another guy playing the music, whereas, you know, I've got binoculars out to see what the subs are. There's no subs board at the lower levels.
Aye.
And then you need to play the music. See, I think one time I did actually announce the wrong goal scorer, but it was like, they don't actually look like, but I think it was actually,
Was it an own goal?
no, Honeyman scored, but I announced Falconer.
Ah, right. right.
But my last game was Dumbarton 0, Inverness 9. So I had a busy night that night, but no music was playing.
Aye.
But they've turned a corner since then. Obviously Inverness in that cup game, they get beat the other day off Rafe. But I know, just as I was saying, obviously I grew up, thankfully, you know, with Celtic. But even at the games, I'm like, it is mad. Like, because I'm used to, like, see, no, maybe not this season, but such good standard of football, you're like, whereas just being able to hear all the shouts and stuff, and it makes it funnier as well, like how you know the players can actually hear what everybody's saying. Like some shouts are a bit like, come on, but I think it's not funny in the sense where if a player's getting sorted, but I'm like, you know, there's times I've heard stuff get shouted and I've looked at the player and you can see the player laughing. I like stuff like that, but it is just funny seeing how much, like, you're always going to love Rangers, obviously, but even just that there when you said, oh, we're 8 games unbeaten, I'm just like, it's funny hearing you say that.
That's my club now. Like, as I say, like, being part of it's brilliant. The players are brilliant, and as I say, I was involved for like, that's 3.5 years I've been involved, but before it was like, just in the commentary and part of the media, and now that I'm in the office and stuff and been part of the club behind the scenes, and as I say, everybody you work with is brilliant, but it opens your eyes a wee bit because there's maybe, you don't realise it was on a football club. And I remember talking to a woman last week, she works for Dundee, and that's what we were just talking about things, and she goes, like, although Dumbarton are part-time, although I'm full-time in the office type thing, but Dumbarton club are part-time, but they've still got the same problems that Dundee will have that are full-time. They'll still have the same thing. You've still got to register players, sign players. It's just the same, apart from the player. The only difference is the players train twice a week.
Aye. See, is there anything you could say that you've witnessed that you never thought went on, and people still might not know what goes on? Obviously, you've never ever told me anything you're not allowed to tell me. So I'm not saying like tell us a secret. Like, do you know? Like, for example, that did you work at Dumbarton when Danny Rowe was when Russell Martin was in charge?
No, so I would never into the office at that point.
Because I was just meaning, like, say for example, when Celtic were employing Nancy, like, you could maybe be like, aye, because you work in a football club, you actually know, you find out 3 weeks before a manager's employed. But you couldn't, but because you wouldn't be allowed to give information like that out. But is there even like sort of silly things that you going into that job would I never ever expected?
I'm not saying there is like a certain pressure because, like, see, you say, like, it's weird because, like, things do get out, and I don't think it's definitely no leaks. It's more like the likes of, like, if I'm a player and I'm off, we're signing Shea next week, or Shea Mitchell's come down to sign with us next week, so he goes in and tells his mate and tells his dad.
Aye.
And then before you know, his dad's at work going, aye, Dumbarton, you know what I mean? Aye. So I think that's how things go about, and I think there is definitely eye-openers. Like, there's certain things where, I don't know, that, also you always find out, like, when Dumbarton changed their manager this year, like, Stevie Farrell got sacked, and then Frank McEwen came in, and obviously you kind of, like, you know before that's announced and stuff, and that's just one of them things, because obviously, but which was also a good time for Frank at that point, because Frank had been at the club, and I remember he first came in, he's like, this might take a bit of time, and I remember he was always big on stats. He's like, look, we need to do this, we need to change it, and that's proved right now. You know what I mean? It did take a wee bit of time and maybe under a wee bit of pressure, but credit him, credit the players, because I've definitely turned it round, like, as I said, through that sticky patch, and 8 unbeaten now, and absolutely flying. You know what I mean? So you just need to keep it up. And I think one of his strengths, I think, has been recruitment. I think the boys he recruited, like, I think it sums it up when 2 were away in international duty. Alex Smith and Ali Omar, we playing for.
Who were they away for?
So Alex Smith was for Scotland, the under 19s. And,
is he the goalkeeper?
No.
Who's the goalkeeper?
Aidan Rice.
I seen his save for the weekend.
Aye, he's on loan for Celtic. He's been really good since he came in. You've got three goalkeepers who are a higher rate. You've got Brett Long here as well, and then Shea Kelly. So it's one of them ones. You've got 3 and only one can play, and I think it's one of them positions where the one keeper will play every week type thing. So it is a hard one, but that's just football, isn't it? You know? So, and as I say, when it's going well, it's hard to change, isn't it? And
me and you always spoke like, you probably wouldn't mind me saying this considering you are a Rangers fan, but you found some Rangers fans quite annoying the way they would go on.
I think it's the same in every club. Every club has...
Jink, now, you didn't really have a harsh opinion, like, you know, you would never... Like, Rangers could go and get beat 4-0 and you would somewhat accept it in a way, but do you think now, seeing what you see behind the scenes, it's changed your opinion on football? Like, is there anything that you've went, like, I'm not saying like you ever thought like a manager's job was easy, but has it kind of made you go like, holy shit, you don't actually see what the fuck goes on here?
You actually don't know, but see, I've said this before, I remember turning up to training 2 years ago, and it's week before bonfire night, and you've got like the young team throwing fireworks into the park, like rockets starting to go off, and like you're trying to do a training session, and you're like, well, hold on a minute. So like stuff like that is what it is. There's loads of things like that for the outside in you don't realise. Like the fact that players can just be no well, and you know players are human beings as well. And how many times have you went to your work in the last 3-4 months and went, I can't be bothered today?
Every day. I already know I'll be saying that tomorrow.
Well, there you go. So as much as the players enjoy it and they're always up for it, there will be times where they go, I can't be bothered today. They've maybe, I don't know, family issues, or maybe, you've got to remember they're working, you know what I mean? They're working for maybe, some folk maybe out for 6 in the morning to, I don't know, coming for their work straight to training, and they're training, you know what I mean, just wee things, and maybe have something going on in their life. So I think things like that is you're always going to be up against, because you don't know how everybody's feeling, you don't really know behind the scenes and what's going on in their life. And as much as they'll talk to maybe the manager, maybe they're close pals at the club, but you don't really know what's going on behind the scenes, and I think that's a big thing. Because as a fan, you're a bit tunnel visioned, and you're always like, right, well, he should be shooting there, he should be doing, he's rotten today, and it happens at every club, doesn't it? But I think that's the thing. And the likes of even the gaffer, Frank McEwen, he's a fireman, so he's got a pure job there where he's saving people's lives. Like, he could have seen something tragic, and then he's got to go out and be like the focal figure and the main man for training that night. Like, it's hard, isn't it?
I know. You don't think of stuff like that. I mean, the way Celtic Rangers have played this year, you'd think they're part-time. Do you know what I mean? You don't realise. But I'm sure your missus will be happy we spent more time talking about Dumbarton than we did your wee boy. But
no, not at all.
Anything else? I mean, as I said, obviously, the first podcast back was with Kevin, so it was more kind of getting to know Kevin and then just talking about stuff. But obviously, me and you kind of were the ones that started this, so people would want to know. You've also done loads like, regarding the radio, Lomond Radio, and then you were on Go Radio. I think you may be going back on that.
Hopefully.
I didn't want to say that, and it was like not allowed to be said. But
no. I'd love it.
Obviously, from sitting beside Barry Ferguson and Charlie Mulgrew to me. But no, stuff like that with the radio. What other sort of opportunities? I mean, he's kind of. Well, I would still like to get him on. You'll need to remind me his name, but we call him at the time when we were possibly going to bring the podcast back. He was flying, but you came quite close with him. But don't talk about him much. What was his name? Key Store guy. What was his name?
Greg Summers. Aye.
But obviously you met him, got a few good opportunities through him, and he was a character. I saved one of the voice notes he sent you. He was doing a Scouse accent or something.
Aye.
But he sent you at like 6:30 in the morning.
Do you know, it's just...
and it was like a minute and a half long.
he's what a guy, an absolute legend, Greg Summers. Like, and that was just out of luck. Like, that was weird. So, as I say, like, radio, I did a music show on a Friday and then a sports show on a Sunday. So, it was just... One of the guys, Paul, the radio, he does a lot with the Kilt Walk, and Greg Summers is like the compere at the Kilt Walk. It was funny because you don't realise, like, he's known this Key Store guy, and I remember talking to him about this, and people just know he's a Key Store guy. I've been doing the Kilt Walk for 10 years, I've been doing, like...
I remember you weren't much a fan.
No, I thought he was a bit...
But you told him that, didn't you? Can I say this, because the words you said to me?
As long as it's good, because I do like him.
No, it wasn't bad, but I think I said something, you went, I think he's a banger. And then you were fucking sitting him, but like, see stuff like that, like if people don't know the Key Store guy, I would be surprised, but you just go on Key Store on TikTok, and you would think that because you look at it like, some people might go into the Key Store at like 8 in the morning for their milk, and you've got a guy just running up and down the aisles doing mad dances.
It's just mad, it's mad.
But then but I love stuff like that because the guy just does not give a fuck, and he actually, somebody might go in there like half asleep, but he's maybe woke them up and maybe set them off to a good day, or somebody might be going at the end of the day to grab like a wee pot noodle and a wee juice, and you know he's still running about. Like I think at Halloween he had like a Dracula outfit on, and that, like he's just pure. But
that, see the way he is there, but that's the way like he's. See the advice he gave us, like just wee things. Like we done a thing down at Lomond Shores, and the 2 years kind of like compared it and stuff for a day. Well, the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and just like wee things, like just his interactions with the crowd, he's generally amazing at it. He's unreal.
It's good because like I've still got a long way to go because you do like a lot more than me. But going back from like our first 2 or 3 podcasts, every intro you done we had to do like 5 takes it. And then now you're like on live radio on a Sunday. You never even said you done the commentary for Dumbarton. So you do live commentary, and then doing stuff at Lomond Shores. So like, I'm not going on as if I'm fucking like Ant or Deck here, but like to go from like, even when you went, hi, welcome to It's Just For A Podcast, and we had to edit it 8 times, to then now doing stuff live is pretty impressive. But no, it's good, man, because it must be mad, but I think I would think me a wee bit like, people, like some Celtic fans might even go, Charlie Mulgrew, like, but to me, Charlie Mulgrew was like a part of a Celtic team growing up. So see if I was on the radio, like, and Charlie Mulgrew was sitting beside me, I think I would be a bit like, no knowing what to say. Whereas you being a Rangers fan, I would probably still need to admit Barry Ferguson is probably more of a footballing legend than Charlie Mulgrew. So it must have been quite daunting. And did you ever think like, your opinion doesn't matter because they played the game? Did you ever think that?
No, not really. Like, they were brilliant, to be fair. Like, I'll tell you a story actually, right? So when we walked in, like, how are you doing? And Barry Ferguson was there. There was like a wee green room. They also did a lot of prep and stuff. And walked in, was talking away to him, and one of the producers came in and said, "Look, Charlie's running a wee bit late." So the show actually started without Charlie Mulgrew, and he turned in like 5 minutes late. But like you'd never have known, just the way, like, cause obviously they're prophetic, Paul Cooney, like, where he's at, went into Barry and he's played a wee bit of an advert and he's like, right, we'll come to you in a minute, Charlie, and then he said something else, went through and then talked about traffic, and then Hal McGrew's in, and right away, like, he just went, ask my question, and Charlie's just hit out with, when he's at, remember he just goes, as you know, Charlie, we're talking about such and such, and then he just said he's hanging. Charlie was really good, like, funny guy, fair and stuff, like, because that's an off story, that up until maybe a wee while ago, Dumbarton's Park was getting a bit of a bad reputation, just kind of flooded and stuff, and got to say notes, like,
squiggly lines.
Aye, it was terrible and wasn't great, but now it's like, doing really well. It's like, got a new kind of groundsman in who's doing brilliant, Craig, and what a guy he is as well. But so this was like a few months ago, this must have been November time. Dumbarton were playing Steny on the Tuesday, but we knew on the Monday, like, the park was flooded, so we knew on the Monday it was basically just not going ahead. So you're talking on the radio with Charlie, and Charlie turned around, because we're talking about him being at Kelty Hearts and stuff, and he goes, so how's that pitch looking? I'm like, oh, brilliant. So I can't turn around and go, it's probably going to be half him alright. I'm like, oh, pitch is brilliant, looking good and all that, tremendous, blah blah blah. He's like, brilliant. So it's went to Paul Cooney, but his mic was still live, and I went, game's half him alright. No, you couldn't hear that through the radio. I went, game's half him alright, what a love pitch. And he's just burst out laughing, so see if you listen back to it, I've got it clipped. If you listen back, you go, tremendous, and then I was like, Paul Cooney starts talking and he just bursts out laughing, just hear him laughing down the mic.
He messaged you the next day and said it's your fault, and your fault only or something,
it was along the lines of, it's your fault only, because obviously Dumbarton put on, today's game's going to postpone with Steny, but it was terrible rain, like, as I say, like, it's the same, like, a couple of weeks ago, who was it, Forfar? It was like terrible rain the Friday night, and like, any park, you know what I mean, just becomes a bit flooded. The game ended up going ahead, obviously, but it's just obviously one of them things. But no, he was really good.
Obviously, I think we done like a wee questionnaire video in my car years ago, and I think we was asked for a dream guest. Do you remember who you said?
Would have said Cy Ferry.
Aye. Would that still be your dream guest?
No, and I'll tell you why. No, because I don't like him now, right? Nothing to do with that, but I just feel as if he's on his own podcast every week, and I just feel that what he's said on other he's been on a lot of podcasts.
Aye. So there's only so many Gravison stories.
No, like, even that, like, I still look back at him and laugh at them, but as you say, but like, what can you ask him that's different? So if I was to get him on something, it'd maybe the Beredo to talk about East Kilbride. With Mick Kennedy on, and I thought, as much as he maybe gets it a wee bit tight off some folk, but he spoke really well. I remember just talking to him about things like, I'm not going to have topic here, but Mick Kennedy was talking about how the likes are, when he was, see when Darvel played Aberdeen, and I was like, but surely was there no point you going, like, we need to sit in here and stuff? He's like, no, because he's been taking that team for a full year and going, right, this is where I want to play and I want to play. See if I change it, then the boys are going to be like, he's not confident, was he? And I remember that stuck me, I was like, that's so true. But he was really good. He turned up late, to be fair. Our theme song's playing and he's like running in the studio.
So who would be your dream guest now?
I'd love it, maybe like an...
You can go worldwide here.
Worldwide. I'd love it an Ali McCoist or like a Stephen Gerrard or like a Paul Scholes or something.
Fuck's sake, we're sitting in the Broomloan stand here, they'd love to come. The Broomloan belongs to Celtic fans now, didn't it?
No.
Well, to be fair, I say you can go worldwide. I think mine would genuinely be Paolo-Nutini managed.
Is that who you said?
Aye. I don't think that would ever change. Like, it would be different. I think something like Larsson, I would struggle to ask questions, because I would just kind of be like, whereas Paolo-Nutini, I wouldn't stop asking questions. If that makes sense.
If it was to be somebody non-footballing wise, I'd love a comedian on, like a Kevin Bridges or...
I think I'm going to see that. I'm sure I bought a ticket to go see him.
I'm going September, is it?
But I think mine's November.
Might be November then.
I think he's doing it over a space of few months.
Is it? I thought it was September, but it might be November.
Aye. Before we drift too far on, feel like maybe just talking about football, we can do my wee top 10 thing. So I think soon you'll do me like a top...
I've got a wee general knowledge quiz.
So you can start in whatever order, or you can just say, but we will do top 10. So it's the top 10 all-time assist makers in the SPFL.
In the SPFL, so like...
So not in the Premiership, but not like a way back to the SPL days. Like, so SPFL.
So you're talking about 50
in fact,
years
it might be SPL because I've just noticed there's a club under one of the person's names here. I don't think they've ever played in the Premiership.
Right,
so it's
okay.
Premiership, so you can go like, you just say the people's name and I can tell you where they're at.
So what do you mean, as in?
So you can say like somebody, you don't need to go
That's a
10
hard
to 1.
one.
I don't think it is.
Like for assists?
Yeah, assists all time.
Is James Tavernier on it?
He's top on, whatever, guess how many?
Assists, 109.
89.
Not too far off. Was that 20 off?
Don't ask me maths questions.
Uh,
So he's top, only played with one club as well.
Rangers, obviously.
Oh, it depends actually. Rangers and then the Rangers. Depends, maybe.
No,
two
because
clubs.
he signed under Warburton.
Oh, did he? So the Rangers then?
Aye. I'm going to go... I think there's got to be a couple of outsiders. That's a hard one, to be fair.
Really?
Aye,
I thought
I'm
you'd
stru-
be fucking on the
No,
ball.
I'm struggling. I think it's because I'm a bit under pressure as well.
Aye.
My mind's going blank.
There's still some current in the...
In the SPL, do you know?
Aye. And two of them play right now for...
Is there another Rangers one then? Can you tell me?
There's another Rangers one that doesn't play for Rangers.
Andy Harvey?
No.
Is he retired?
No.
No.
The Rangers... There's two Celtic ones who are still playing.
That's got to be an easy one. Maeda? Jota?
No. No, come on, Hank.
I think
All time.
all time. I'm struggling here. These two names, just these are the second and third.
One's the... Right. McGregor.
Oh, of course, right.
Other Celtic one. Who's been there just as long as McGregor?
James Forrest.
James Forrest. So that's your 1, 2 and 3.
Right, aye, that's the right.
So the 4th and 5th, both of them have played for Aberdeen. Both of them have played for Celtic. And one's played for Inverness and one's played for Dundee. One of them is down in the English Premiership right now.
Ryan Christie.
Ryan Christie.
Stuart Armstrong.
Nope.
Gary Mackay-Stevens.
Nope. Irish.
Johnny Hayes.
He is number 6 to be fair.
Right.
The other one, Aberdeen, Celtic, Aberdeen and Dundee.
Celtic, Aberdeen and Dundee. Is he playing for Dundee just now then?
I think he maybe played for Morton there.
Niall McGinn.
Now McGinn. So then you've got 7, 8, 9, 10. So number 9 is played for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 clubs. Played for Hearts, Motherwell, Ross County, Partick Thistle and Dundee United. He possibly is at Hearts now.
He possibly is at Hearts now.
Because I'm thinking him at Motherwell, but I don't think he is at Motherwell. So that might have been a recent move.
It's no Blair Spittle, is it?
It is Blair
Blair
Spittle.
Spittle.
And then we'll leave 7 and 8 now, but number 10, Inverness and Aberdeen, he has a brother that plays football as well.
Oh, my mind's went blank.
Graham Shinney,
Aye. Is he on with assists?
31.
Do you think he's a good player?
He's a wannabe hard man, I think, as you know.
He just cuts about raging, doesn't he?
The other one, Rangers player, I think he maybe moved to a Turkish team. He was a left winger.
Barisic.
No, left winger.
Ryan Kent.
Ryan Kent,
Aye.
32. And
Is
then,
Barisic on that, no?
No, and then, I hope this is right. And then the other one played for Kilmarnock and Celtic.
Greg Taylor.
Greg Taylor's there as well.
So they got all 10.
You got a 10 with me, Gene.
Aye, so I get 1 and then 9 with a bit of help.
Aye.
That was hard.
I know, see, because your knowledge is quite good. Like, I think I made an arse of the quiz, so that's why I think I've probably made a mess of that. But we done a quiz with Sam Wardrop.
Did I beat him?
And I think you bet him.
Aye.
And one of the rounds was about himself. But as well, obviously, the way we're filming this, we're always kind of a couple ahead, but leave comments underneath, like, people you want us to try and get on. We are going to get guests on. Hopefully the next one we will have a guest on. But I leave comments underneath if there's anybody you think we could try and get on. Like, don't hit out with like Beyonce or something
Aye,
like that. But,
no big enough. No big enough name.
do you want to do the quiz now?
Go for it.
Right, okay.
I went into a bit of, obviously, this took me a wee bit of time.
I know how you ask me the questions. Do you know the answers? But
Aye.
that's fine.
Right. Do you want to see my prep?
What?
Oh no, 'cause then I'll show you the answers.
I know. So
Did you see the thing? But
was it the 5k minute?
Aye.
Was that this morning?
you didn't listen to it, did you?
No.
Right.
I actually never. Right, let's see if I'd have won 5k then.
I can't even read this. Right. Babette and Chip are characters in which Disney film?
Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, well done.
That's my favourite.
Is it?
That's my favourite Disney film.
We can't get done for copyright here, can we?
Can we?
We soon find out. At
we?
which racecourse does a Grand National take place at the weekend? Obviously, it's this weekend.
They're scaring me.
Can I read this out? No.
Of course you do.
What was your question?
At which racecourse does a Grand National take place at the weekend? Out of time.
No, wait a minute, because my pals are going. Don't know.
Let me tell you.
Aye.
Aintree.
Ah, fuck.
I would never have got any of these right so far. A prune is a dried version of which fruit?
Raisin.
A plum.
Fuck.
Bedsheet softness is usually measured by what?
I don't know, grams.
No, thread count. What was the name of Taylor Swift's debut album? That's quite an easy one. I wouldn't have knew it, but when we
Is it a number?
No,
Love Story?
no. Do you want me to tell you?
Aye, please.
Taylor Swift. In home entertainment, what does VHS stand for?
Video.
That's one of the words. Video HS.
Oh, sorry, it's video in, I don't know,
Video home.
software.
Nah.
Just don't know.
If you're in football and you're playing a certain system.
Speed.
System.
System.
Video home
Mate,
system.
This is hard.
I know, tell me about it. In which country would you find the Spanish Steps? That's a trick question.
Italy. Rome.
Aye, Rome.
Did you say city or country?
City.
Rome.
I've got to accept your first answer, so you got one. What animal features in the Egyptian flag?
An eagle.
What does the G in 5G stand for?
Was that right?
Aye.
Gigabyte. Giga.
Like a 4G park and a 5G park. That's an easy one.
How do you know it's a 4G part? How do you know it's no 4G phone? What's the answer?
Because what does the G stand in 5G? What does the G in 5G stand for?
Don't know.
Generation. So fifth generation park, 5G.
But how do you know that's no for the phone thing?
Because it's no. Right, and who was the second man in the moon? I changed a couple of questions so we don't get into the copyright.
Who was the second man in the moon?
Still game.
Buzz Aldrin.
Buzz Aldrin.
There we go.
Happy days. That was honking.
I know.
But
I got a bit scared there, but because I didn't. I thought you came up with it, so you've just copied and pasted.
Didn't even screenshot it.
Did you? I'm trying to think. So, aye, going forward, if you were to pick a singer, a comedian, and a footballer to come on, who are you picking?
Lewis Capaldi. I think he's a funny boy, good singer. A comedian.
Aye. No Kevin Ridge, but somebody.
Aye, somebody.
Have you ever seen that Stuart Mitchell?
Oh, he's really funny, isn't he? He's really
I like
funny.
him.
I'll tell you what, so run a comedy club at Dumbarton, I know. That's turned into a Dumbarton FC podcast,
I know.
isn't it? A boy, Matthew Gallagher, he hosted it, the first one I done there a couple of weeks ago. He was a really, really funny boy, really funny. He's actually, do you know the boy Lenny Murdoch? It's in River City. I don't watch River City, but I know who he is. It's his son, but he was really funny.
Was it?
The headline, there's a boy Sean Reid, he really funny. The headline, Al Thompson. The boy Lucha, he's a wrestler, so he was on it as well. So he goes up with his mask on and stuff, and
Or does he?
it's quite funny.
So
He was a professional wrestler and then he became a
Do you think
comedian.
you could do stand-up?
Nah, I don't know, I don't think so. I think I can be quite chirpy and have a wee laugh and a joke with pals and whatever, but I think it's different. I think you're out on a stage and delivering it I think it's completely different. If I was to put my mind to it, I could maybe get a wee 5-10 minutes, but I think I'd struggle.
I think it would probably be one of the harder. I know there is, like, people are going to be like, I'm pretty sure it's harder going to war. Right, people will be that sort of like stubborn, but I think that is probably one of the hardest things to do would be stand up.
I know, see the thing is, like, imagine you turned up and your first joke, you don't get a laugh. Like, I think inside, I think you'd be like, oh no, I get like, no, it's no fun me.
I know. See, I've never been to like a tight space comedy club.
I go to the Red Raw at the Stand. I've not been there a few weeks to be fair, but I really like going there.
See, I think I would rather it be like bigger. Like, I think I would be more comfortable going out to like 5,000 people than 5. Genuinely, I think that.
Aye, I get you.
Because see, with 5,000 people, somebody will laugh.
Aye, no, that's a fair point. Cause
Somebody's going to laugh even if it's a terrible joke. Whereas 5 people, you could have 5 just stone dead, like, that is no funny.
Aye, because if you've got 5,000 folk and 1,000 of them laugh, you're getting 1,000 people laughing. But if you've got 5 people and 1 person laughs, it's only
What would be one of your jokes? Give us one and I'll give you one.
I've not a joke. I always used to use a, what do you call a guy with 3 eyes? Seymour. That's honking, innit? See, if I was to see if somebody went, right, you need to do stand up in 8 weeks' time, you've got a script to write. I wouldn't go out and tell jokes, I'd probably try and tell funny stories.
Yeah.
I've actually, do you want to hear a story actually? Right?
Tell a funny story, yeah.
I was down in Manchester a couple of months ago now, and I was getting dropped off at the station. I'll not tell you who by, but I was getting dropped off at the station. And so it was about 5:20 in the morning. So I'm getting dropped off at the station, that's no bother. Next minute I've just seen a bike coming along the main road. So I'm like, watch that bike. Watch it, the bike, watch it! Honestly, the bloke was driving, missed him by a bit of that much, right? So the guys just turned round, never hit him. I was like, goodness gracious me, right? So I was like, what happened there? Right, that's what it is, right? And I don't know if I can tell, see if the bike, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think you've completely fucked us.
No, got to the train station, right? So anyway, as I say, 5:20 in the morning, or that's what time my train is. Place is just open about 5:15. Sitting next to a guy comes in, just talking to me, how you doing? I'm like, I know bad, how you? He's like, some dick nearly hit me with a motor there on my bike, and I've just went, no, he's got the helmet and that on. I was like, you're choking, did they? He's like, aye. I was like, did you get it edgy? He's like, no. I was like, if you need to get a camera on that bike, you alright? He's like, aye. I was like, what a nightmare that was. But,
wait, I get lost there.
So
I get lost.
The guy that nearly got hit walked into the train station.
What?
So,
wait, so was that an actual story?
Aye.
Oh, I thought that was a joke.
No, it's a true story. He was going for the train.
Is it?
He's walked in, also going for the train to go wherever he's working or whatever.
Do you want to hear my joke?
Go for it.
Right.
Is it the one with the vanilla?
No, I've told that one before. So the circus, I mean, this is pretty much becoming free promotion, right? But the circus are in town. Circus is coming here.
Yep.
So the circus were in town. They were looking for new acts, right? And there's a sign. It's like new acts, like welcome. So the guy turns up and he's like, I can do really good bird impressions, like the animal, right? And he's like, what? He's like, I can do really good bird impressions. He's like, please. So the guy's like, right, on you go. So he's like, with his arms, like, moving them like for wings. And he goes, quack, duck and all that. Then he goes, blue tit. The guy goes, nah mate, it's not that good. And he goes, no please, like, it gets so much better. He's like, mate, no it doesn't. He's like, no please, like, it gets so much better. He's like, mate, fuck off, like, you're not coming to do bird impressions. He went like that, sounded, and he flew out the window.
That's terrible.
That's a good one.
That's terrible.
I think
it would be hard, but if you're to be a comedian, you'd need to try and... It's how that...
Still to this day, people... Where was I again? Somebody said something to me about your story about you shitting yourself.
Aye, when I broke my foot.
Aye. But I think that was one of the funnier ones because of the way you said it.
I was also... I didn't just break my... I got an operation in my foot.
Have you shot yourself since?
No, don't think so. I've not done any more operations. I basically get an epidural, a jag in my back, and then a jag in my leg, and then my foot. So I was numb for like here down, and you get an operation like I was going to say you're alive when it's getting done, but I mean like, you're awake when it's getting done. But you just get that sheet on and you're just talking to the anaesthetic folk and whatever. And I was in there for an hour and a half or whatever. They had to put 2 discs in my foot. That was fine, and then you get put in a recovery ward for an hour, and they just check your blood pressure and just make sure you're fine after the operation. It takes maybe 4 hours for the the numbness to fall out, like if your legs are not to come back to normal. And then I was like, I smell something here. Next minute, oh no, done you know what I mean? Didn't end up shaking myself, and it was what it was. So.
What was it you said about the NHS again? They're absolutely terrible.
No, they were brilliant.
No,
Absolutely
I thought
brilliant.
you said that.
No, the people that done my operation were unbelievable.
Was it women's football? You said you wouldn't watch if it was in the back garden.
Don't think so. No,
No.
definitely.
I'm because I was obviously like I genuinely, so like my girlfriend and stuff was doing nursing, and first of all, I would with my job, like I would be on more money than her anyway. But I genuinely, see, even if she was earning more money than me, like I genuinely couldn't do that job. I couldn't. Like I know where I'm weighing, right? It's your weighing. You know, you might need. You know, one day I might. You know, when I'm older, I might need to get stuff cleaned up, right? But for the life of me, if I walked by you in a ward and you've shat yourself, I think I just need to pretend I never smelt it.
I think that's a different.
See, I would walk by you sitting in your own shite and just leave you. I couldn't do it, mate.
But yeah, again, if you see, that's the thing. But you've got a duty of care and a job in it. So if you're walking by, and you know what you're getting into with stuff like that. So and see the thing. I'm not saying you get used to it, but you probably do in a way. You get used to it, and you go right. You know what I mean? Well, right, come on. You know what I mean? And you probably get help to people that can help you, and you're not left on your own with it. You know what I mean? So it's a tough job, but I can imagine, like, especially I think they're always under a bit of pressure and stuff.
Do you know the highest paid job in a hospital?
In a hospital, probably guessing a surgeon or something.
I'm sure it's the anaesthetist.
Oh, is it?
The person that puts you to sleep. I'm positive.
I can see why. To be fair, they've also got a big job in their hands.
So what's your sort of next? What's your outlook on, like, what do you want to do? Do you want to, obviously you can't really say you want to leave Dumbarton because you are employed by them, but
I do love it.
Would you obviously, you said you done a bit of tiling. You didn't go straight into Dumbarton. You did something else, didn't you? You were off the tools.
I was off the tools and stuff.
But do you think now that you're working in football, I'm not saying you would go back to tiling or stuff like that, but do you think that's you?
Definitely. I do generally love it in at Dumbarton. Like, as I say, people up there are brilliant. I love, like, being involved in football. As I say, like, the gaffer is all brilliant. The coaches are all brilliant, like, proper good guys, good laugh as well. The players are all brilliant as well, but it's a good group and, like, a good environment. And it's good. It's a really good place. And I know, like, people say, but you've got to say it, but it generally is a really good place to be involved in. And the good thing is they work with you. Like, the board and all that are brilliant, and I think it makes a difference because, like, they're fans as well.
Yeah.
There's a couple of people on the board that are fans, and their best interest is for Dumbarton to go and do well. And Mario, the owner, like, what a guy! Like, he's honestly he's a wee bit mad at times, but he's, like, really, really good, and he's done so much for the club. And that's what I say. See people they don't maybe see from the outside in. He's done so much. He's got so many ideas and so much potential that he wants to do well.
Because obviously, like, I mean, MD needs to watch what they say, because at the end of the day, you know, I could say something on here about Dumbarton, and then obviously Dumbarton have all these, like, Dumbarton Rocks things, right? So I could say something about Dumbarton Football Club and go to that, and, you know, Mario is always there. He could see me and be like, "Listen, you said this," but you, before you were employed with Dumbarton, or even now, I mean, you don't do. I mean, we will just title this Dumbarton FC podcast. We will.
Right.
But
that's fine. I'm sure they'll love it.
But obviously, the radio, you don't just talk about Dumbarton in football. You know, like, you talk, first of all, football. You talk about Clydebank, and by the way, what a goal they scored at the weekend.
It was unbelievable, wasn't it?
But you talk about, like, the ice hockey and stuff. But have you? Obviously, you do the radio with somebody else. So if they've done it, if you don't mind speaking for them, has there ever been an instance where something has been said and you've been chinned for it?
No, nothing's ever been said where, like, you maybe have people disagreeing with you. Like, I'm sure, like, I've probably disagreed with Michael and he's disagreed with me.
Yeah.
But if you were to maybe agree with everything, it probably wouldn't be worth listening to. Like, you're just kind of going through emotions. Like, I think that's what it's kind of about. Like, your opinion.
Yeah.
And that's part and parcel of it. But no, I don't. Nobody's ever chinned. In fact, I did have. I remember, like, maybe. So, like, 2 years ago, we're talking. 2 years ago, somebody came. I was walking. I said Calvin Orsi. If he'd scored more goals, he'd probably be playing the Championship. Dumbarton were in League 2 at that point. And it's just an opinion, but I remember somebody saying, I can't believe he's how could he play in the Championship? And I remember going, like, all right, like, well, it's just an opinion, but never really been chinned at it. Nah, but as I say, like, people disagree with you, but it's never been too far or anything, or the way they want to be.
I know. See, genuinely, I think some people out there,
Fans will be fans, won't they?
sometimes people say something like, me and you speak about that Ewan Cameron, who does the STV football radio thing, and he does just say stuff to wind people up, but the thing is, I think he is that daft that he does believe his own opinions. You know, obviously today the split got announced, but he's been so confident about Hearts winning it, and now he's moaning about Hearts fixtures. But like, why are you moaning if you're so confident? Do you know what I mean? But obviously I do the football show as well, and like, sometimes...
Talk to me about that, how's that?
It's good, but sometimes I do say stuff, I'm like, my opinion either must be terrible or it must be right because it's annoying people. But sometimes I say something deliberately trying to annoy somebody, and sometimes I get more comments than likes. But that's good because, you know, not everybody does have the same opinion, but I've never said anything mental. I think I had a rant about Tony Bloom, like 8 games in, and that has come back to bite me in the arse if Hearts win the league. But
yeah, again, that's your opinion at that time. So
but I think
you should say it.
But it is good. Obviously, I wish it kicked off a wee bit more by now. But obviously, we kind of took a halt on the TikTok and stuff. But next year we're going to go for it. And as I said to you, I get invited on our football show this coming Wednesday. But I think it's good because obviously we get listeners on that on Spotify and YouTube, and it's good when you do say something like. Sometimes you say something, you're like, oh, I regret saying that. And then you look at the comments of the clip and people are actually agreeing with you. And you're like, oh, that actually was not too bad then. But obviously you get, I don't think I can say it, but me and you did get some of the comments on our original videos.
Got it tight. That's going to happen, isn't it?
But it's good, and I do think more often than not, we did get a lot of positivity.
Of course, but you can't please everybody, can you?
I know.
Like, you can't, and that's part and parcel. Like, especially when it comes down to football, and like, as much as maybe the last wee while, it's probably always been Celtic going for the league, but Rangers just been in behind it. Now you've kind of got Hearts going for it as well. Yeah. They kind of come into mix, so you're going to have like 3 sets of fans all disagreeing, and then, you know, it's just one of them things, isn't it?
Like, obviously, by the time this comes out, we might be about halfway through the split, but even just for the sake of it, might be a good shout. What do you think will happen? I mean, Kevin...
What, the first 3, do you think?
Kevin, I'm positive Kevin dropped Rangers to 4th, and I think he put Motherwell 3rd, Hearts 2nd and Celtic 1st. I'm positive he done that.
Motherwell have been flying, right? But I did think it would have been hard for them to...
Yeah.
Come out to that 4th spot. Up the way, obviously, but... Because as much as like, Celtic have been great, Rangers have been great, like, they're still get good players, and Celtic seem to find a way at times, and I think that's been maybe the story. And even if they haven't been playing well, they always find a way.
Yeah.
And they've done that a couple of times this season. If I was to ask you right now, a week before the split happens, in all honesty, I've kind of feel that maybe in November I've said Hearts have got a chance, and then December I think Hearts could do this. January, I think Hearts. I still think Hearts. With a couple of bad results, are still sitting top of the league with a point to go. So, a point ahead with games to go.
I think Rangers.
Do you think Rangers?
I think Rangers.
I think it'll be Hearts, Rangers, Celtic.
Yeah.
I think it'll be
Rangers have got the better squad probably. I think Hearts have got the best manager, as in Martin O'Neill will not be there next year. Hearts get the best manager. Rangers have got the best squad, but Celtic have just got like a winning mentality that I think Brendan Rodgers said at last year's split. I think he said something like, this is where Celtic come alive, and it is, because see, people do forget, like the past 4 years, I think maybe 2 or 3 of them, there has been a title race, but it's still kind of been decided like 3 games before the season ends. But I genuinely don't think it will go to the last day. I genuinely think with 2 games to go, the league will be won.
Do you think so?
But I think it will be. I don't think it will be like confirmed. I think it will be like Rangers will be like 4 points clear, but they'll have like an 8+ goal difference. So, like, all they need to really get is another wee point and another win. I don't think it will be confirmed, but I
think when it comes down to kind of mentally as well, but I don't think Rangers have got. I think they've got good players and they play well at times, but I think just sometimes they let themselves down just by. silly moments of play. And
I chop and change, but because I'm like, people are buzzing Celtic have got Hearts and Rangers at home, but I'm like, both teams have came to Celtic Park and beat us, but Martin O'Neill has also not lost to Hearts or Rangers this year.
right.
So he went to Tynecastle and drew. He beat Rangers in the semi-final. He went to Ibrox twice and never get beat. If Celtic do win the league, I mean, they don't get flung about for everybody, but I would understand if something like a statue or something get built for him. I do honestly believe that. Because it's mental. I mean, I was doing the show with Brooklyn and Brooklyn said the name Wilfred Nancy and I nearly...
Bit wild him, wasn't he?
But it was mad, but like, in a way you felt sorry for him, but he didn't help himself. He just never understood it at all. But it will be a season to look back on. You're just like, because that's what's mad as well. Like, nobody is, in my lifetime or your lifetime as well, we've never witnessed anybody else but Celtic and Rangers win the league. But nobody ever has witnessed Aberdeen getting relegated, and it could happen in one season.
Imagine. They're terrible, aren't they? They're no good. And St Mirren as well.
The only thing I think is, I know people go like that, they're professional footballers, but it does come into play. I think the amount of games the championship teams need to play, as in the, like, what is it, third will play fourth, and then whoever wins that then plays second.
Aye, second play, second ball.
But the amount, so that means Partick Thistle could go 2 weeks without a game, or maybe a week without a game. But say Partick Thistle don't get through and it's Dunfermline, they've had to play Arbroath, then Thistle, and then it's not that much of travel, but still go up to Aberdeen. But they've beat Aberdeen this year.
I think if Aberdeen are there, I think I can see Kilmarnock kind of coming up. I don't think they'll be there.
I think it shows you how poor the league's been this year as well. The fact that Livy have not won since August and they aren't even confirmed as relegated yet.
Says a lot, doesn't it?
Like, it does.
Says a lot. But even in the flip side of that, look at Falkirk, look how they've done. And that's not just this season, that's fair. I remember watching some of the players, and I know Aidan Nisbet on loan, but Aidan Nisbet and stuff playing against Dumbarton so many years ago. And
obviously, I don't think Steve Clarke should be, and I don't think he will be in charge after the summer. I think you need to go for Derek McInnes or McGlynn. I think you need to.
Derek McInnes.
See, for example, right? See if Derek McInnes wins the league. I don't think they're going to have a run in Europe. Europe is so strong. Let's see, for example, this week.
You'd need to spend money.
So, the Scotland job, the thing is, will come back around for him. But I think if he wins the league, it's like you're not going to do much else at Hearts. You know, I think that's why obviously Robinson left St Mirren, because it's like I'm
you don't know, but because they've also got ambitions, isn't they? Like,
yeah.
So, like, see if it goes, look, if Hearts stay out and win the league next year, it's going right. You can't lower the standards. Like, we've got to go out and win again. That's another good challenge to go for.
Yeah.
Win the league, Europe's Europe, and then the third year, right, let's try and have a run in Europe and try and do what we can do. So there is also ambition there for, I think, the club as a whole. And yeah, again, you've got to go for it, ain't you? But I do get your point. Like, I think they'd be gutted if they missed it in the league. But
just quickly, we've got a couple of minutes, 5 minutes or so left. How do you think Scotland will do if you were to predict the results? I think they'll beat Haiti. I think they'll get beat off Morocco, but I think they'll draw with Brazil.
Yeah, again, Scotland they're either up or down, aren't they? It's one of them ones. Hopefully, it'd be brilliant to see them kind of like get through and stuff, wouldn't it? It'd be amazing. It's hard, isn't it? It's hard, but you've got lots of good players. But yeah, again, Scotland have got good players. I think like, strong midfield and stuff. The attacking one, I think Shea Adams and stuff. I think he's probably going to be your main man up front. Then I think you need kind of players with maybe injuries. You maybe need a couple of players back. But hopefully, as I say, look, who was it? Somebody says it the other day. I watched something. I can't remember what it was, but somebody says, they've given us a party. They've given us a good time and stuff. And as much as it's going to be brilliant or that wee while, but you want to get through.
People are spending thousands of money to go there, so you can't just go where they gave us a good night. Do you know what I mean?
And people are spending a fortune there as well.
Are you getting you want to finish off with before we wrap up here?
Went and see you're talking about comedians. We didn't finish my question. So who was it? If I had a football player,
singer and comedian. Out with who you've already said.
So also a singer, I said Lewis Capaldi.
Right.
Football player, can he be an ex-player or have they got to be playing?
Ex-player.
Do you know what? I'm going to go Charlie McGrew.
Oh yeah.
I think he says some amazing stories, and I think he's probably got more that he could tell. I think he's quite funny as well. And what's the other one? Comedian. I'm going to go Tam Cowan.
Aye, see that comedian now, isn't he?
Aye, so I went and seen him the other day there. He was really, really good.
He would have quite a big feat he came on, but I imagine, we don't know.
Probably, but aye, that's what it is.
Yeah.
But aye, he was really funny.
Aye.
I think he's doing obviously stuff at the Fringe and that, and then I think he's got a show maybe in tour at Pavilion or whatever it is.
Aye.
Or I'm maybe getting a tour going round, but I'd definitely go and see him again. Like, he was really, really good.
Aye, no, he is funny. He's very quick, isn't he?
Aye.
Very quick.
Just like, even like with the audience and stuff, he was
Aye.
good. And he told a couple of good stories as well, like kind of his personal view and stuff, and that which was always good
I
to
know,
see.
because I seen a story, he said, I think Motherwell won at Ibrox and his dad passed away.
He told that story,
And somebody walked by him and went, oh, but I'm sure you'd much rather have your dad here. And he went, oh, well, don't get too far ahead now. But no, he is funny. I think for me, I don't know as well, like, I don't know. It is a tough question. I do think comedian-wise, Stuart Mitchell, I think
he's
is
really
hilarious.
funny. Isn't he? It's our boy Connor Burns as well.
Aye, he's good.
He's quite quick and funny.
Footballing wise, like, to kind of maybe try and be like realistic, I think. No, I was going to say realistic and then say a Premier League footballer, right? But I mean realistic is like you're not going to get Messi on.
Aye.
But I think, like, mate, see, like a Wayne Rooney, mate. I would love Wayne Rooney. I think he's so funny.
Well, have you ever watched that podcast Under the Cosh?
Aye, they're good. They're good, to be fair. They're good.
The referee on Kevin Lynch.
Aye.
He was that's up there with one of my
Bentley.
favourite shows ever.
What about
He's brilliant.
And then singer.
He'd love to go on a night out with
Yeah.
him, wouldn't he, and just listen to him.
Aye. Singer Niall Horn.
Who?
Niall Horn.
Aye.
Aye. A bit of One Direction in that.
Happy days.
You enjoyed your time back?
Aye, it's been good, thank you.
See, because people will not realise, like, obviously you've moved, like, away. I say away, but you have moved quite a distance from where we're from, so this is kind of the first I've actually had a catch up with you as well, so it's
Said
been
that
good.
now, the end, didn't
Aye,
it?
so it's been good, but no, good having you back, brother.
Dumbarton win the league next season.
Dumbarton to win the league. This will be titled the Dumbarton FC podcast when it goes out, but no, thanks to your time, mate, obviously, and then we'll be back. The next one we will 100% have a guest on. 100%.
You've made the promise now.
Right, okay. But no, everybody, thanks very much for listening. Like, subscribe, and comment any guests you want to have us on. Does that make sense?
Aye.
Aye. But yeah, thanks, cheers.